It's time for your Denver Bronco training camp update. Brought to you by Fuco. It's time for your Denver Bronco training camp update. Brought to you by Fuco Motor Company.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into UC Health Training Center here in beautiful Dove Valley, Colorado. He's Richie Cozzolino. I'm Troy Lynch. We got all of your Denver Broncos coverage courtesy of Fuco Motor Company, and day one is in the books.
Yes,
and
sir.
One of the biggest questions coming into the 2019 season is not about the defense. It's more about the offense. There's a new head coach that's more defensive-minded,
Right.
and there's also Joe Flacco, the new sheriff in town. He's going to be at least the starting quarterback for the beginning of the season. Richie, what'd you think of him starting off?
Well, Flacco, if you don't know, came from Baltimore in a trade in the offseason. Longtime quarterback that actually lost his position to the rookie, Lamar Jackson. He will take the reins over on the East Coast. Flacco's an East Coast guy. He's been there his whole career. Played in Delaware, Baltimore for over a decade. So, gotta have to get used to the acclimating to the Denver weather,
Right.
getting used to the new playbook that he's getting, that he's finally learning again for the first time at age 34. But he's no youngster. As we talked about, he's a Super Bowl MVP back in the 2012 season. Last year, not a horrible stat line, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in 2018. And when we talked to head coach Vic Fangio today at the press conference, he said Flacco's looking good and he looks ready for the upcoming season.
Joe's got a calm demeanor about him, and but he's still a fiery competitor, you know. But I think Joe's at times in his career, you know, he's got that calm demeanor about him, and when things are going good, you know, it's Joe cool. And if things aren't going good, well, Joe doesn't care that much, or he's not getting fired up. So that's how Joe is, okay? But Joe's a competitor. He leads through example. He's not going to be a guy that loses his emotions. But trust me, inside his brain and belly, it's churning for him.
Yeah, Joe Cool is hopefully staying cool in the mid-90-degree temperature today. It was not a fun training camp, and as we went out throughout the afternoon. Anyway, here's his competition. 22-year-old Drew Lock out of Missouri. The guy threw 99 touchdowns in his career at Missouri. Pretty much kind of a rushing threat as well, 6 rushing touchdowns in that time. A youngster versus an older guy with a lot of experience. What do you see in Luck, Drew?
Yeah, Drew. I'm not Drew. I'm
what's your
Troy.
name?
Yeah, Drew Lock actually could learn a lot from Joe Flacco, and I think this is a part of Elway's plan. And he's a second-round pick number 41 of the 2019 NFL Draft. And you know, he's just a great all-around quarterback. He did fantastic things at Missouri. He finally signed his contract just a couple hours before training camp started. However, Joe Flacco, everybody knows he is the guy right now. Drew Lock was taking third-team reps in day one of training camp, and Joe Flacco Joe Flacco, he's still going to be the guy, and he's excited to start a new career here in Denver.
There is an energy about coming here and an excitement that I feel about coming to this new team and, you know, getting another chance to, you know, be a starting quarterback in this league. I don't think you can ever take for granted how awesome it is to get to do what I'm doing and what we are all doing. So I'm definitely excited about it and ready to go. I feel like a little kid.
So yeah, no, Lock having that $7 million contract, that's a nice little stocking stuffer. Christmas in July, Troy. Anyway,
That's nice.
Let's talk about who's probably going to be the wide receiver number 1 here for the Denver Broncos 2019 season. And Emmanuel Sanders, the guy who tore his Achilles last season near the end of the year. Going to be a long, hard comeback for him, but he looked good today.
Yeah, you know, 7 months after tearing his Achilles, Emmanuel Sanders, he was running routes. He was being agile, very athletic guy. You cannot keep him down for so long. He's a humble guy, but he's very confident in himself. And, you know, he's been through a lot in his entire football career. And you know what? He's really excited to be finally back on the field, at least playing a little bit of football.
My mental state is always positive. You know, I've been through so much adversity just from my upbringing that not too much can really get me down. Like, I just try to take each day, you know, day by day, and try to attack it to the best of my ability and let the days stack up, and then eventually you'll see, you know, 7 months later, here I am standing in front of you guys saying I'm full, and that's kind of how I attack the whole process.
Now Vic Fangio is saying that he's still going to ease Emmanuel Sanders into the whole swing of things. However, Denver Bronco fans should definitely be excited to have Emmanuel Sanders back. But another update we got to give you. Todd Davis, the leading tackler for the Denver Broncos in 2018, he had 114. He had a partial tear in his calf. And